Hey, what's up? It's me again. Well, back with another video finally. And first of all, what I'd like to talk about is how we are going into the fall officially by tomorrow. I love this time of year. Just love it. This is probably, other than winter, my favorite change of seasons. Okay? Going from summer to fall is, probably the best thing ever. And I'm really excited to be in the Burr months, but October and November are much better. Okay, and it just makes me so happy to know that the next time that there is a full moon, which we have gone back into waning gibbous, next time there is a full moon, we may have cooler weather, or we will certainly have had it. Well, look at that moon. It's about as full as it gets. And this is my favorite full moon for the simple reason the very next time it's full, we should have some cooler weather. So the next time the moon looks like that, might be cooler, and we'll be closer to Halloween, but that's a great thing. And we had the carpet cleaned yesterday for the first time in 2 years, and so that was a major ordeal, and that's why I didn't make one yesterday. But anyway, what I'd like to talk about today is how, I've just pretty much lost my motivation to talk about what has defined my channel for the past year and a half, or actually it'll be 2 years next January. Just wow. I've sort of lost motivation because I really do feel like I'm moving on with my obsessions, and I'm finding other interests. Like I've stated before, it's never so much that I stop thinking about the obsession as much as I simply don't have time for it. I just find other things to fill that void. And, I'm just really not, since my dad got this new TV system that I can't figure out, just really not all that interested in the reboot as much as I thought I would be 2 years ago, or 3 years ago for sure. Because I feel like the show was bad enough when Angelica and Susie were the same age. And, I just don't like the premise of the show the more I think about it. At first when I thought of it as just a cute show about some little kids under the age of 5, which is extremely rare in the cartoon world, the more I see, the symbolism, it's almost like, once you see something, you can't unsee it. But I just don't like the premise of the show because, especially now that they made it glaringly obvious with Susie being a year younger than Angelica instead of the same age, it's almost like the younger babies, Susie on down, are like a coalition of misfits or underdogs, all united against one blonde enemy. And it's just so obvious to me what the agenda is, and what they're promoting, and what the moral of the show is. And I just, it's just like I've stated before, once you find that 6 in the group of 9s, or vice versa, on a page, it's like you can't unsee it, just like everything else. And so, I just really don't like the premise of it. And I feel like that theme is sort of repeated throughout other Nicktoons in various ways. They want like this, it's basically the theme that the underdogs are the victors. They are the protagonist, and the antagonist is some big blonde girl, that bullies them somehow. And they always make the girls older and meaner so that you don't sympathize with them as much. And because the show is primarily aimed at boys. So, I just really don't like the premise of it. Because when you look at it from the standpoint of Angelica being the only 3-year-old and the only one that can talk to adults, it's like symbolic of something. These babies don't understand the adult language. And she understands both. And it's like she's the enemy, this big blonde enemy. And, it makes me sick when I think of it that way. And I really don't know how or why, other than money, Cheryl is just so complicit in that. And, I don't care what she says. I believe that Angelica was a diaper girl. I don't believe she ever wore real underwear. She has never been shown using the toilet, let alone wiping her butt afterwards. So to say that she is toilet trained, or even that Chucky is toilet trained, just because they had him pee in the potty once, is an insult to my intelligence, as I've stated before. It's just not what I believe. And like I've stated before, I really don't need that. Because let's pretend that they were toilet trained, by my definition. Or you think of it from the standpoint that they don't have bodily functions because they're cartoons. As I've stated a million times, if I said it once, I still wouldn't wear them on my clothing or buy merchandise to advertise the show in any way. I like plain, simple clothing, conservative clothing, and I love to match my jewelry with it. And, I just love that. I care what I look like. I care what image I'm projecting to the world. And I would much rather offend the small number of people that defend the show and like it than to offend the much more common vast majority of people that don't or were indifferent to it. You know what I'm saying? The Christian ladies that wouldn't let their kids watch it. I'd much rather be on good terms with them than the few people that defend the show. So yeah, I don't care what Cheryl says. I believe Angelica was a diaper girl in the original series. She'll never change that image in my mind. And, if she's never said anything to my knowledge about it. But, if she didn't crap her pants and she was potty trained, why has no one ever video response my videos and shown me the proof that I would need to stop believing that? No one has ever done it. So anyway, I love that wind chime. I love the fall air. It's just a good time of the year. My favorite time of the year is as you get out of the summer and go into the fall or autumn. And so I'll end this video with that and just go enjoy the breeze.